So I just bought this bucket seat, $100 off of OfferUp. Can you believe it? I mean, this thing is so clean. Look at it. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's soft. I sat in it. It's comfy. It's a little wide, but like that's perfect. So what I gotta go do is take the other seat, the original seat out, and then we're gonna put this seat in, and it should just bolt in, no problems. I mean, it should be no problem at all. So let's put that in. All right, guys. So now we're in the car, and we're gonna take out this nasty seat. I mean, this is that was missing, and this coming off. Whole here, look at this. I mean, the rails are bent. I know it's nasty. People have been sitting in my car driving it. So we're gonna get rid of this and put the new thing. So to do that, you take a bolt here, a bolt here, a bolt here, and a bolt here. Now, as I was taking this out, I discovered this was stripped. So normally you can stick this right in there, thread it in, no problem. Well, it's stripped. So I have to use this, a washer, and a nut. Same thing here. Problem with this is this goes to the bottom of the car. So I have to get underneath the car, hold that while I unscrew this. And that is a pain. A pain you cannot even imagine. It's just annoying and it's stupid. And apparently it happens on a lot of Corollas. Like, those are just weak points that tend to fail. So I'm going to take that off right now. And then I'll get back to you when it's all off. And we'll put on the new thing. All right. So it's it's awful. So I'm putting the seat in. I put the brackets in, no problem. These things fit in, these rails, they fit perfectly. It's like a direct fit. You know, it was. Oh yeah, it's pretty gross down there. It was a direct fit, right? Except I put these on. There's 4 of them, and the last one doesn't fit. If you look, you can't really see too well, but it's right on top of this, right? This thing's pretty thick. These bolts aren't at the very edge. They're a little bit off. I can't even stick this on. See, this is where it's supposed to go. Look at that. I can slide it pretty much like, it's like I can bolt it in here, but I will not be able to bolt it in here. So I'm pissed. I'm annoyed because this is supposed to bolt right in, and it's because I bought a stupid $100 chair off of OfferUp that I think it just doesn't work. My friends are back there playing Mario Party while I'm done sitting doing this stupid thing. So what I'm gonna do is go out to Lowe's, my local Lowe's, and buy a thin bracket and then bend it and then just stick it in there. And I'll get back to you guys with all of that. All right. So since the bracket didn't fit, I went to Home Depot and I bought this thing, which is thick, and this one, which is a little bit thinner. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bend it so it looks like this. Hopefully I can get it to bend like this, and hopefully this isn't thin enough where it starts warping, and this isn't too thick where I can't bend it. We'll see with both. But yeah, it took me a while to get there because Lowe's sucks, and they had like one L bracket that was half this size, and they're like, that's all we have. And I go to Home Depot, and they had like 20 different kinds, but they were all like super thick, like I wouldn't be able to bend them. So now we're gonna head back to the house and put it all together. So I bent it. I'm drilling holes in it right now, and it'll line up. The only thing I have to do is shape it. So I'm gonna take an angle grinder and just kind of cut it so that it, you know, it's nice and it's not pokey and it doesn't rip into my thing. But yeah, this is my $5, no, it's like $1.25 little, you know, remake of this thing. I'm just kind of pissed because like this thing is so heavy duty, and like the chair is pretty like solid already. It's just this point when you sit, it wiggles just enough to piss me off. So here we go. We got this. Ooh, the glare. I'm gonna cut this to look like that, and then we should be good. And I'll show you guys that, bolt it right up, and then we'll have a chair. So here's what I came up with for the time being. I cut it a little bit. I got one of them in. I got this in. Can't get this in because the bend is just... I don't know if you can... you can't really see the amount of bend. But basically, it should be a right angle. It's like this. Yeah, it's... Maybe if I put this next to it. No, you can't. Okay. Like, I can basically, like, fit the... I can fit that in there. So yeah, this is the, like... Ooh, sharp. I put a little tape just to make it not so sharp. But, like, this thing is sturdy. Like, I'm good. I'm chilling. So I guess I just have to take it for a test drive and see if I die. So that seat, it worked. It worked well enough, but it was a little too wide for me. I'm a skinny string bean, and that thing was like, that's like a medium large, and I'm like a schmedium, like a small medium. And that bracket, I mean, it held, but I wouldn't trust it to go sliding or do anything or go at a corner faster than like 10 miles per hour, because then it could be some problems. So, what ended up happening is my good friend Andy ended up letting me borrow his seat. Tom's Motorsport. This seat is like so comfy. It is the comfiest seat ever. I could fall asleep in this. The position's so much better. I sit lower because the seat isn't as wide. If you saw on the other one, the seat was going out pretty far close to the door. And on this one, like, there's all this room here. There's all this room here. And as you can see, I'm snug. Like, I can't move, and it's more of like an actual bucket, this one. Perfect seating position. I mean, it's amazing. This is the top tier one. So, moral of the story is, don't buy a bucket seat off of OfferUp that you're not sure if it's gonna fit in your car, if it's like the right size for you. Like, basically, be careful what you buy and don't cheap out. Like, buy a good seat. Don't buy $100 OfferUp seat. Don't do it. Just don't do it. This one's I like it. It's amazing. It's great. It's so much better. And it took like 5 minutes to put in. It literally, it was hassle free. And that god awful thing over there, I'm selling it today actually. Is just like, I'm selling it to, I don't know who I'm selling it to. Some guy on OfferUp. So there we go. So yeah, that's the video of getting a new bucket seat. Yeah, it's freaking ridiculous. Well, stay tuned.